Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I have the great fortune to be president of American Equity Investment Life Insurance Company right here in West Des Moines, Iowa. And 25 years ago, we were a startup company and started at zero, and over the last 25 years have grown to a $60 billion enterprise with 25,000 independent agents, 900 employees, and 500,000 policyholders. Our mission is to provide the dignity of a paycheck to retirees through the benefits of fixed annuities. We are super thrilled to sponsor the live streaming capabilities of the next segment to a worldwide audience where we'll hear presentations from Insurtech founders who are part of our 2022 Insurance Accelerator program. It seems that technology is being invented 10x compared to everything else in the world, and I think all the presentations that we've heard so far today is a testament to that, including our lunch presenters. It's exciting, it is mind-boggling, and I have to admit it's a little bit scary too to see where technology is headed. At American Equity, and I think all of us as an industry, we need to embrace technology, of course, and it's going to help us with automation, it's going to help us with expenses, it's going to help us with efficiencies, and most importantly, meet all of our stakeholders where they're at. At American Equity, we're one of the first companies to invest seed money into the GIA program back in 2015, and we're super thrilled to be a part of it today. So it's my pleasure to kick off the next segment where we'll hear from this year's InsurTech startups targeting the global insurance community. To give you more background on the GIA and introduce this year's companies is Nicole Gunderson.
Thank you for the introduction, Ron. And thank you to American Equity for being such a strong supporter of the GIA since its start in 2015. We're especially thankful for the opportunity to live stream this session thanks to your support of us at the GIS. And thank you to everyone, both in person and online, for joining us today. My name is Nicole Gunderson. I'm the Managing Director of the Global Insurance Accelerator. And I would like to especially thank the entire Symposium Planning Board for your continued support of the GIA, with special thanks to Jason Gross and Eden Pearson, the GIS co-chairs. You've done a tremendous job this year, as we've heard from so many incredible speakers on the theme of the future of insurance. And building on that theme, we have a great program for you, and I'm honored to get to set the stage for that right now. Technically speaking, tomorrow marks day 100, or the completion of the GIA's 8th annual accelerator program. With the addition of this year's 8 companies, in total, the GIA will have helped to accelerate 58 InsurTech companies from around the world. The GIA is based right here in Des Moines, Iowa, where we're fortunate to be on the map as a hub for insurance innovation. Though like many of you, we've also learned how to operate successfully in a hybrid way. This year, we operated the 100-day program both in person in Des Moines and remotely, leveraging tools like Zoom. So what exactly is the Global Insurance Accelerator? The GIA is an innovation platform designed to serve the insurance industry by discovering, supporting, and connecting early-stage companies building new solutions. And our formula matters. Our secret sauce is a collaborative insurance company investors, dedicated mentors who are insurance executives and professionals, and the startups who are specifically InsurTech companies. Together, we're fostering innovation in the insurance industry. Since its start in 2014, we have an application process and selection process that includes key members of the GIA insurance company investors. The number of startups each year has varied between 6 and 10. For 100 days, we provide mentorship and intensive programming to build their business. We also provide a $50,000 investment, which converts to 5% equity stake in each company. Here's what's different about the GIA. Our focus is on building an income statement. Real customers paying real money for real value versus just focusing on that perfect pitch to raise the next round of funding. We know that our companies clearly need funding to grow, but if a company has customers and revenue, we believe that the investment will more easily follow. None of this could be possible without our current investors, who are all insurance companies. We started in 2014 in Des Moines with seven insurance companies, and now in 2022, we have 11 investor companies from around the US, some regional players, and some with global reach. I'm especially thankful for the leadership and support of Dave Winger, the GIA board chair and EVP and Chief Operating Officer at Grinnell Mutual, along with a diverse board made up of members from each of the GIA investor companies and our two outside directors, Sheldon Oringer and Ann Dielman. The key to the GIA is still our more than 100 highly curated volunteer mentors, experts from the industry and really around the world, representatives from both inside and outside the insurance industry, but with a strong focus on insurance mentors. They're dedicated to helping these companies grow and succeed during that 100-day program. The makeup of the GIA's 58, or soon to be 58, portfolio companies spans the insurance industry from P&C, health, life, annuities, and specialty lines. Some join the GIA as pre-product, pre-revenue, more of a concept, while others may have an MVP or found some early product market fit, but are really looking for those initial customers to help grow and expand. We are a lean but mighty team at the GIA. My very talented colleague, Megan Brandt, serves as the GIA's program manager, having built out the highly coveted mentor program. I'm responsible for the overall growth and development and success of the program, as well as ongoing support for all of the Accelerator's portfolio companies since its start. If anyone is interested in learning more about how you can get involved in the GIA, I hope you'll find me or Megan or reach out. Our contact information is not just here, but also on the brochures that we placed on the tables for you. I'd love to tell you more about how the GIA is leading the way in fostering innovation in the insurance industry. But I know that's not why you're here, so we're going to move on to the reason of the session. Today, you're going to get to hear presentations from each of the 8 companies in the GIA's 2022 program. As the world continues to navigate the ever-changing COVID pandemic, these global startups and founding teams selected for the 2022 program are tackling some of the industry's current biggest problems impacting the future of work, like recruitment and training of diverse employees, supporting financial wellness, and insurance tools to create efficiencies. It's finally time to hear those presentations, and I know the teams are ready. We have one more thing I need to tell you about. We have a tradition that the GIA has at the Global Insurance Symposium, proven to definitely elevate the energy in the room. As we welcome each founder to the stage, we'll ask you to join us in giving a standing ovation before they present instead of after they present. So we'll do a practice. Please join me in standing and welcoming to the stage Tony.
Not bad. It's late in the day, so thank you for that. I don't deserve that. The couple of folks coming up right after me absolutely do, so thank you for that. And thanks to Nicole and Megan for making all of this piece of the show possible. So thank you for that. At Principal, we're all about helping people live their best lives, right? And so the very first time I met Sue Ann and Norman, I learned that was a lot of their vision too. But thanks to the GIA, I've had the opportunity to mentor a number of folks. I continue to be impressed not only with my friends at Optikal, but their curiosity, their drive, their interest in helping benefit their customers and their stakeholders. We had a really interesting mentoring relationship they have a lot of things that they were working on and curious about, from benefits to ERISA, to broker intermediaries, to technology planning, to technology architecture. We were able to have some really interesting conversations for sure, and I'm fortunate to have a lot of friends to help them find information. I'm really excited for Optikal and their product vision. I'm even more excited to introduce you to two of the most interesting people I've had the pleasure to work with, and please give them an even bigger standing ovation than they gave me. Ladies and gentlemen, please show off your I was nice with that standing ovation for Sue Ann Hollowell and Norman Stewart III.
Good afternoon. My name is Sue Ann Hollowell, CEO and founder of Optikal.
And my name is Norman Stewart, COO and co-founder.
Younger employees are coming into the workplace with high expectations of their employers. They're expecting more flexibility, better work-life balance, but most importantly, better health benefits, or in this case, better vision benefits. So given those high expectations, imagine how frustrating it is when you find out how expensive your contact lenses are, despite paying for vision insurance. Today, when you go to your eye doctor, your vision insurance will cover your eye exam, but then you have to choose between your glasses benefit and your contact lens benefit, even though your optometrist says contact wearers need both glasses and contacts. So let's say you go for the contact lens benefit. So you'll get a $100 contact lens allowance, but your contacts, especially dailies, cost upwards of $1,000. Now, that's a lot of out-of-pocket expense that most people aren't prepared for. Clearly, when it comes to contact wearers, there's a gap in vision care.
Consequently, according to the CDC, about 45% of contact wearers are overwearing their lenses, all in an effort to defer these costs to a later time. But sadly, these actions have consequences, one of which is bacterial eye infections, an illness that leads to over 1 million annual doctor and hospital visits and can cost the contact wearer $600 they might not have. So what are we doing to help? Well, let me tell you about Optikal. We're a contact care subscription service and voluntary employee benefit that aims to break down that high cost through easier payroll deductions.
Our flagship product is our annual subscription plan. Not only do we send you contact lenses and supplies throughout the year, we also offer a free online vision test. This allows contact wearers to renew their prescription from the comfort of their own home. And while this is an annual program, our box is actually delivered on a quarterly basis. And this is paid through payroll deductions, which is going to range between $15 to $55 per paycheck. And with Optikal, we don't only send you contact lenses, we send you everything you need for your contact lenses. Our fully customizable box allows you to choose a brand of contact lenses, contact solution, and rewetting drops. It also includes contact cases, lens inserters, and even eye care gummy vitamins. With Optikal, you get everything you need in one box.
All of this adds up to a service that employees love, principally because of the fact that now they have a means to actually plug the gap left in traditional vision insurance by using us as a supplement. Best of all, we also are very convenient and affordable, ensuring that you never have to run out of your contacts or supplies again. And unlike traditional online retailers, we also offer the option to break down the cost through payroll deductions, which makes us much more affordable and accessible to many people. For parents in particular, this makes us very attractive because now they have a means to take care of not just their own personal contact care, but even that of their children, whether they are staying at home or studying across the country. Here's an example of what the employee experience would look like when they're signing up through Optikal, where we are going to be listed as a supplemental benefit to traditional vision insurance.
So we talked about why employees, in particular parents, love Optikal, but let's talk about why employers love Optikal. Well, today, employers are fighting to attract talent, but they're still offering the same benefits as everyone else. With Optikal, they can offer something that's new, sticky, and can be bundled in with existing vision insurance. And we're offered during open enrollment, like Norman mentioned, and that's to all your employees, from your part-timers to your full-timers. And finally, we help attract employees that love subscription and telehealth services like our own. So let's talk about why brokers and carriers love Optikal. Well, our service helps them go beyond traditional vision insurance by first ensuring that we're providing real value to that end user. So we not only meet, but we exceed those high expectations that employees have today. So what's the deal? We offer a 10% monthly commission to both brokers and carriers. So how does that compare to regular vision insurance? Well, vision insurance alone, let's say your average annual commission is about $12 per employee. But when you combine that with Optikal, that can increase up to $112 per employee. Now that's 10x just for bundling in Optikal with your existing vision insurance.
As you can see, many different people actually win when it comes to working with Optikal. For employees, they now have a means to affordably take care of their contact care by using their vision insurance to cover their glasses and using Optikal to take care of their contacts. For employers, they are looking for new innovative solutions. And as a subscription service that also offers its own online vision test, we perfectly fit that bill. And finally, if you're a carrier or a broker, not only are you looking for a differentiated offering such as us, but we can also substantially increase your commission when it's bundled in with traditional vision insurance.
And we're the team that make this vision come true. My name is Sue Ann Hollowell. I've been a contact wearer since I was 12 years old, so I'm intimately aware of what contact wearers are facing today. I'm also a second-time founder. I started and grew my first company over 13 years, so I know what it takes to start a company from the ground up. Norman Stewart serves as our COO. He has over 8 years of experience in customer service, operations, and analytics from Verizon Wireless. And last but not least, we leverage Optikal expertise and knowledge from our in-house optician, Brandt Smith.
Our vision is to become the premier source for simple, affordable, and convenient contact care. So if anything we've said has intrigued you, we would certainly love to hear from you so we can show off our box, as well as talk about collaborative opportunities. We hope that you all join us in empowering contact wearers to never again have to choose between their vision and their wallets. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Great to be with you all today. My name is Brian Mamola. I am the Vice President, Deputy Chief Actuary with Farm Bureau Financial Services. Our company has been protecting livelihoods and futures for over 75 years and has been involved with the Global Insurance Accelerator since its formation in 2015. We were one of the original investor companies, and we continue to be an active participant in the GIA through service on the board, as well as through mentorship. I had the privilege to serve as a mentor this year, and I'm extremely impressed with this entire group of founders. It has been a really great experience to engage with this next wave of innovative leaders in our industry, to learn from them and to encourage them along their journey. I know you're looking forward to hearing from the rest of the group, so it's my honor to introduce our next founder. So please stand and join me in giving an enthusiastic welcome to Maddalena Facci.
Hello everyone, my name is Maddalena. I'm an actuary and I'm the founder of Insurtic, probably one of the nerdiest insurtechs in the world. We are an AI platform for insurance teams to better share as well as leverage data in order to drive bottom line profits. So, do you know the average age of the top 100 global insurers? It's around 97 years, and these carriers have been able to maintain their market presence due to their access to data and bespoke pricing. But what we're seeing in the market is really unique, a revolution that happened in other industries around 20 years ago. Think of Barnes & Noble and how they lost their presence to Amazon Books in just a decade. A similar thing is happening with insurance. You have a lot of new entrants in the market, and they are able to easily access as well as mine data in order to create their own insurance carriers. Think of Tesla Insurance or OnStar, which was started by GM Motors. This means that being around for 97 years doesn't guarantee market presence. One needs to be able to quickly access and mine data in order to maintain that market presence. This has led to a huge problem in the industry. about $7 billion is not being untapped because carriers are not unlocking insights into their data. And why is this? Well, teams are operating in silos, almost like broken pipes. You have underwriting, claims, and actuarial. And data and processes are not flowing automatically. This is leading to problems in underwriting, reserving, and claims. Whilst this may seem like a small issue, these are actually the driving functions that help carriers segment and understand risk. IT teams are bogged down. They can't go back and connect all the pipes, which is what is needed in order for carriers to be able to unlock their data insights. And that is where we come in. We fix the pipes in a way that is really unique to the market. Insurtic is the data platform that connects insurance teams through the use of actuarial data. Our product is built by insurance professionals specifically for the insurance industry. So, having worked as an actuary myself for many years in a lot of different teams, a lot of my time was spent cleansing and cleaning data, then running this data through broken VBA models, and thereafter only having around 10% of time to actually focus on value-add activities, like analyzing the results. Insurtic changes this. We allow carriers' employees to shift their focus away from wasting time cleansing data and running this through processes, and leaving them with more time to do the value add. The value add that is needed in order to beat the Teslas and the Amazons. So our product initially starts within actuarial. At a later date, we'll move to underwriting and claims. We picked actuarial first because we know there is a lot of data in this space, and carriers can see quick, immediate wins. Our product uses a no-code interface, which allows users to easily drag and drop a one-time, repeatable process that they will calibrate. And this can be used for all future states and future years. No tech teams are needed. Something we are really excited about is that other generalists within the insurance organizations can easily be able to use the software. Our beta version is available today. So how does it work? We've based this on 3 principles: innovate, integrate, and automate. Carriers can innovate existing data and processes through AI, and thereafter integrate between systems across different departments, and automate up to 95% of their processes. Our initial product, which we validated with over 50 product interviews with actuaries during our experience at the GIA, initially focuses on repricing of Medicare supplements and provides carriers with additional benefits such as automated testing for model changes and experience studies, as well as something I'm really secretly excited about, 24/7 audit. I'm secretly an audit fan, and so it was a really important feature to have this to ensure complete transparency of everything that is being automated. So we know that when carriers use Insurtic, they're going to get better risk segmentation and be able to price and reprice products up to 3 times faster, ultimately allowing carriers to enjoy up to a 4 times ROI from operational efficiency. So to all of you in the audience, I pose this question. In 10 years, in 50, 97 years, who will our grandchildren be buying insurance from? Is it the Amazons or the Teslas, or have carriers been able to fix the pipes? At Insurtic, we are here to work with you. We are looking for launch partners So gather all of your actuaries, bring them to us, and we can see how we can work together for 4 to 6 week on-site trials. My team and I are extremely excited to meet with you and see how we can help you fix the pipes so that you can better leverage and understand your data. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Westman-Lemon with Delta Dental of Iowa. We encourage our employees not to think like an insurance company. Being part of the Global Insurance Accelerator has given us the opportunity to bring that innovative thinking and ideas into our company so that we can change the way we work day to day. All of our employees have had the chance to work with one of the startups and be able to bring some of that thinking back into what they do. For example, startups don't follow that traditional corporate approach to project management and product development. And so when our employees are exposed to that, they can do it very differently in terms of how they're going to apply that to their day-to-day work. This year, I've had the privilege of being part of the mentor group for Thumbscore. And during our first meeting with David Paul, I was asked, why did I want to work with them? I said that I enjoy working with people who are intelligent and committed and passionate about making a difference. And they have not disappointed. So please rise and help me welcome David Thorne to the stage.
We are Thumbscore. Let's talk about the workforce for a second, where 63% are ready to quit because of mental health. The number one mental health issue, financial stress. This costs U.S. companies $1 billion a day. Worse is its effect on workers, their families, and their health. I am David Thorne, Wichita-based co-founder with Dr. Paul Peliquin. We're a Thumbscore. We de-stress personal finance through our app-based platform where our assessment and our exercises are easy, quick, and non-judgmental. While delivering all that value to the individual user, we built an insights engine for insurance companies, for underwriting and marketing. And we use behavioral changes to change financial stress. Let's take a behavioral walk through some questions. Normally we'd start with age, employment, income, but we're all here. How do you feel about your finances? I know what you're thinking. This is a real-world exercise, so please note your answers as we move forward. Do you pay your bills on time? Yes, always, of course. Well, maybe, kind of. And how do you feel about unexpected health costs? Do you worry a lot about them? Are you concerned about them? For those of you who answer those questions, congratulations. You are now more likely to make better financial decisions the next 24 months of your life. Since you answered those questions and received a surprise compliment, your dopamine levels just increased and your stress lowered. That is the beauty of behavioral economics, and it powers Thumbscore. We face a mental health crisis for financial stress. What if you had an engine that could help you solve these problems? We do, powered by behavioral economics. For our coaching platform, what are some other benefits? Organized finances through our monthly checkup and dashboard. Lowered stress through our non-threatening strategies. Better connectedness to your health and benefits. Hope, because our personalized GPS gives you clear next steps. Peace from accomplishment on your path to financial health. And it's a lot of fun. This is our coaching product. Thumbscore provides real-time visibility for company leaders and marketers on your employees and your customers. You will always know our impact. Adoption, usage, yes. More important, improved financial health and lowered stress. This is important because you can track employee retention. 72% of employees said they would be more loyal to a company that helps them lower their financial stress. The other side of our product suite is our Insights engine, which can be used with or without our coaching product. So let's talk about Tina. Tina is a Thumbscore user. She works for a Thumbscore customer. We know a little bit about Tina and her information, just like you know a lot about your customers. And this is the Thumbscore Insights engine, where behavioral economics tells us why the brain does what it does with personal finance. And we leverage the power of quantum computing for infinitely complex financial problems to simplify them. You know, some startups talk about AI. We use crazy AI backed with quantum computing. Some companies and carriers use behavioral economics. We work with the top behavioral economics researchers in the world. So let's put Tina's data in. What comes out are key behavioral insights like her financial capabilities and her retirement personality. You can use these insights to cross-sell the marketing, find new markets, work on products, or perhaps even have a risk factor with no bias. This can be user-led or company-led without PII. To compare, we are not a credit-producing or credit-reducing or budgeting or financial literacy platform. They just put on a veneer to help, but they're really an ad model. Unlike our competition, we can really help Tina find financial health. That's how we got our first customer, a Fortune 100. The goal for our launch was 20% engagement. That's a really lofty goal. What we got was even better. We were thrilled. 4 times that amount completed the assessment and moved forward. How do we do that? We eat from our own kitchen. We used our own Insights engine. And now we want others to be able to use our Insights engine as well. Some already are. We have 4 pilots in process to date and more in our pipeline, and we partner with some of the brightest behavioral economics minds in the world. We are actively looking to secure customers for our Insights engine while getting more early contracts for our coaching product. We want to unleash the power of Thumbscore. We want you to be able to use your data and unlock the data you have for customers, for employees, both user-led and company-led. We know our market size. We've balanced our sales cycles and our distribution channels. Frankly, with the mental health crisis growing, so will our numbers. We are David and Paul. He's a highly sought-after quantum computing expert and behavioral data scientist, along with top behavioral economicist Dr. C.U. Wong and certified data security expert Brian Hernandez. We can help your company with Thumbscore. We want you to have happier, longer, more profitable relationships with your customers. We can help you have happier, more loyal relationships with your employees. Better feelings are just a few thumb strokes away. Connect with Thumbscore today.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dave Wingert from Grinnell Mutual, and we're a 113-year-old insurance company that's been writing property casualty insurance and reinsurance in our Midwest footprint. And we've embraced the opportunity to serve as an original investor in the GIA when it was launched 8 years ago. It's given our team members the opportunity to think like entrepreneurs. We get to interact with excited individuals looking to help our industry, as well as the latitude to consider perspectives outside our typical daily responsibilities and roles. So rather than listen to me, let's meet our next innovative cohort member. Please stand and join me in a rousing welcome for Dan Kelly from Adjust Square.
Des Moines, Iowa. Party people in a place. What's going on? Good energy. Love it. What's happening? I'm Dan Kelly, co-founder and CEO of Adjust Square, and we help P&C carriers automate their contents. I'm not an insurance industry veteran. My background is actually in software development. For the last 15 years, I've helped build large-scale e-commerce applications for online retailers. And so what this means for my friends and family are any and all problems related to technology, even minorly related, get sent directly to me. And so a while back, a friend called me with a problem. That problem led to a series of events that have now set me here speaking to you today. So let's talk a little bit about what that conversation looked like. So he calls and says, hey, I have a new role now. I'm an insurance adjuster. And unfortunately, one of our insureds faced a loss. Their house caught fire, and as a result, most of their items have been destroyed. Now, the good news is no one was hurt, and their homeowner's policy includes contents coverage. Think of contents as all the items in your home that would fall if you were to flip your home upside down. We have inventoried the loss, and it is now my responsibility to go through hundreds of items and price them line by line in order to reimburse the insureds. This is going to take at least a week. I have the insured calling me, asking me for updates, and I don't have any good thing to say to them. My manager is asking if there's any way I can speed up the process because we understand how important it is to create a great customer experience. I'm completely overwhelmed, and the worst part is, this is only one claim. I have 5 other claims just like this sitting on my desk that I am terrified to even look at. Do you have any suggestions? And so this was a different call than normal. So I said, sure, a couple questions. How are you doing it right now? And he said, this is how. I'm doing manual research. I'm going on search engines like Google, Bing, and Amazon, taking my Excel spreadsheet and going between item results and the spreadsheet, copying and pasting, typing. It is an insurmountable amount of work. There's no way I'm going to be able to get this done in time and create the value that I know the insured is looking for. They have very high expectations. Do you have any suggestions? And so I said, let me do some research. I'll come back to you, and we can probably make a software recommendation to move on. Well, it turned out my friend was not alone. There is software to solve this problem. It is faster than the manual research, but unfortunately, the accuracy is quite low. And therefore, every inaccurate search result, either the price being incorrect or non-existent at all, requires the adjuster to go back and do this manual research step. So the question really is, how much manual research am I willing to do? Am I going to do 100% of the claim manually, or maybe 30 or 40% manually? The only other option that exists for carriers is to outsource the entire process. They say, you know what, we don't have the capabilities to do this in-house, we don't want to deal with it. It still takes a long time, it is 3 times more expensive, and the results still vary based on the capabilities of the third party and how much work they have in front of them. And again, today's consumer has incredibly high standards. Their expectations are very high, and the industry is doing the best they can to feed that need, but the problem is there's a gap. And that's why we created AdjustSquare, a fast and accurate way to handle claims. We have a cloud-based technology solution that has built on top of the industry's largest product database. We have hundreds of millions of items that are updated daily. They are location-specific, and there are multiple reputable retailers in this system, ensuring absolute transparency in pricing. On top of this significant data advantage sits our automation technology, RoboLKQ. Accuracy comes from our product database, speed comes from automation. In our easy 3-step process, and I'd love to walk you through how it works. Step 1 is to inventory the loss, and we do that through a mobile app. This works through an Android, iOS, or laptop device. And for every item that gets sent to our automation system, it is instantly priced and ranked. After the inventory has been created, the adjuster logs into the system, and they simply become a reviewer. They review results, and this fundamentally changes the role of contents adjusting, where before, an adjuster would have to go line by line and make many micro decisions and go on a bunch of websites to try to find replacement costs. Now, they just look at the results we gave them and make decisions. They can make minor adjustments if necessary, and when they're happy, they click one button, download report, and then finally a report is created for the insured. The Depreciation is automatically calculated, and sources are provided, showing complete accuracy to the insured and also giving them an opportunity to repurchase any of those items if they wish. We are currently operating with a Midwest carrier in pilot, and the results speak for themselves. We've back-tested many claims, and we have shown a 15x improvement in the time it takes to price a 300 line item claim. That is to say, in a normal 8-hour day with existing software, one claim can get priced, AdjustSquare can do 15. This delights customers, it improves net promoter scores and reduces dissatisfaction. Carriers have their costs reduced, both in indemnity and also overhead claims costs. And then finally, adjusters are able to do the job they signed up for, which is focusing on their insurers and not dealing with manual tasks. And this is not by mistake. Our team has spent hundreds of hours interviewing insureds and interviewing adjusters, and we have built a solution exactly based on their specifications. We are taking our background in e-commerce software and we are applying it to insurance. We know there are folks in this room today working at carriers that experience the very problem we've solved. If that is you, please come find myself or my co-founder, Nathan. We'd love to help you. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I am Megan Brandt. I am the program manager at the GIA, and I am extremely happy to talk to you at today's midway point. So you've already heard from 4 of our founders, and then when I am all done, you'll hear from the other 4. Look at these people. In my role as the program manager, I get to sit smack dab between our cohort of our founders and our 100 insurance professional mentors, or 100 insurance professionals who serve as our mentors, which is a role that I do not take lightly in the timeline of our founders' journeys. Today I get to talk to you about why mentoring matters. More specifically, why mentoring matters to early stage founders in our industry. Our founders come to us as either technologists who are building something amazing, and somewhere along the line somebody said, I think insurance companies could use that. Or they've worked in insurance companies in some sort of role and department, and they felt a pain, and they decided that they want to fix that. They have taken the plunge into entrepreneurship. They're crazy. They've seen a problem, and they are the right person to fix it. They get to build their baby, they get to work on their passion project, they get to fix a pain that they have felt in their job. But it's time to enter the market, and it's time to get to work. They face a lot of unknowns. Who will buy it? How much do they sell it for? Does anyone actually need it? Who or what do they sell it through? That is a lot of daunting unknowns. But what if they had an opportunity to create a bench of purely professional volunteers with deep industry knowledge to cover all of the industry knowledge gaps that they have? That is exactly what our startup company founders get from our pool of mentors. We have over 100 insurance professionals from 40 different insurance companies who serve as mentors who are purely here to help our founders. Our mentors represent all lines of insurance, and they come from all levels of the business. One could argue that they really know this market. Our founders come to us typically in their earliest stages. They know what they know, they don't know what they don't know, and they know that they don't know a lot. We introduce them to a large number of our mentors at the beginning of our program in a 3-week window. We give each founder an average of 75 exploratory meetings with mentors just to find if they have any mutual connections. As a result, that is 75 more people who they get to build relationships with, who have a brain full of learned insight, a deep network, and an eagerness to keep insurance innovative. We then build a dream team of, on average, 9 mentors for each cohort company, sometimes less, sometimes much more, depending on their needs. At that point in time, I step out, and I let the mentor and the founder take it from there. And they get to set out and accomplish what they have as goals for the 10 weeks that remain in our program. And that is when the magic truly happens. We have also a number of additional mentors and subject matter experts who lead workshops, teach on panels, work with the founders as pitch practice mentors, and are always on call for one-off questions. As you can imagine, the founders learn a lot, but so do our mentors. Year over year, I have been able to watch our mentors grow, mentally, emotionally, physically, in their eagerness and their true ability to help early-stage founders learn the world of insurance and help them move forward very quickly. But they also grow in their innovative thinking toward their own industry. They are now innovators in their own organizations. My own words are probably not enough to get the point across, so I asked our mentors a question related to this very conference, the future of insurance, and how they view the importance of their own mentoring with founders as they look to the future. So as you can read, why is mentoring early-stage founders important for the future of insurance? I'll let you take a nice, long, awkward pause to read some of my favorite replies on the next 2 slides. I hope you're fast readers, because I'm going to move on. I cannot show you them all today, so I took the dozens of replies, and I made a word cloud. I think if QR codes can make a comeback like they have in 2022, I think word clouds are acceptable. Mentoring, exchanging subject matter expertise, opening minds, and finding new ways of thinking, it all matters right now for the future. These founders are solving some of the industry's biggest issues. Mentoring them matters, and all of you working with them now matters. So I have to do a little bit of engagement with the audience. I have been delighted to see so many mentors from the past, present, in different variety of roles. So please, no matter what role you have played as a mentor, an advisor, pitch practice mentor, ad hoc, please raise your hand really high. There you go, there you go. Yes. Okay, if you're around somebody with a hand raised, give them a high five. There we go. And I know we have a lot of mentors online right now too, so please give yourself a self high five. We're thinking of you. But I'll let us all get back to what matters today, which is presentations from the rest of our cohort. So I will bring up our next introducer.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sarah Mongavin from Allstate Insurance Company. It's a pleasure to be here today. Our mission is all about protecting people from life's uncertainties, or as I like to say when I'm describing Allstate, the mayhem commercials, that guy. It's been a privilege and honor working with the GIA over the last several years. We've worked with an amazing group of people, from the board to the founders and to the community that supports them. We've also had the opportunity through the GIA mentoring program to engage partners across the Allstate organization in conversations with founders to provide their expertise, guidance, and input. When I ask them about that experience, and I concur myself, I go, how was it? What did you think? And they said, it was so much fun, I would do it again. So thank you to the founders for that. And the next founder is someone who brings an incredible energy and that fun and passion to the table at each and every meeting, whether it's a Monday morning or a late Friday afternoon. So please join me in welcoming Jelani to the stage.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jelani Fenton, and I'm the founder and CEO of Safari, and we are the tour guide for insurance talent. So while this sign may mean a variety of different things to everyone in this room, what this sign represents to me is a growing skilled worker crisis that is impacting every single industry in our country today. So while many might associate the skilled labor shortage with more service-based or even more small businesses across our country, the insurance industry is facing a talent shortage of its own. which is creating both wage inflation as well as inhibiting our industry's ability to grow. So one of the key driving factors of the talent gap that currently exists within the insurance industry today really dates back to the 90s and the 2000s, which is when our industry first thought that technology would decrease our human capital needs, and that ultimately led to the removal of many insurance training programs. That ultimately laid the foundation for what is known as the insurance talent gap today. So to dig a little bit more into the insurance talent gap, voluntary turnover in the insurance industry has increased by roughly 40% since 2009. Prospectively, the insurance industry is currently facing roughly 1.4 million workers that are expected to reach retirement age or retire by the year 2036. When combined with the fact that less than 25% of our industry is currently under the age of 35, this will lead to a glut of roughly 400,000 unfilled roles in the insurance industry by the year 2036, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So, in addition to our aging workforce, our industry is also dealing with several additional talent challenges related to a lack of diversity, which will make it extremely challenging for our industry to be able to serve a consumer who's becoming more diverse by the day, as well as a low awareness of career paths that exist in our industry, which will make it extremely challenging for our industry to be able to compete on the global scale for talent. So, historically, the main feeders of talent into the insurance industry have been split across higher education and other recruitment channels. So from a higher education perspective, risk management and insurance programs have done a fabulous job, as we're all aware, of providing our industry with highly motivated, highly educated students to join our industry. But unfortunately, these programs only graduate students once per year, and they graduate less than 3,000 students per year. So they're not a particularly scalable solution to the problem that we have today. Recruitment software and staffing and recruitment firms do a great job of providing our industry with access to talent at scale, but they don't provide any of the training or development resources that our industry will need to have highly productive employees early in their insurance career journeys. So enter Safari. Safari is helping the insurance industry address these talent challenges by building a first-of-its-kind insurance talent development solution that will help our industry attract and develop a higher output, more diverse workforce for its future. So we'll be focused on providing value to our insurance company hiring partners in several ways, including providing on-demand access to an evergreen, highly diverse pipeline of candidates. So we will be embedding our training program into highly diverse talent pools, including military transition offices, community colleges. We will also be launching a full-scale marketing and educational campaign to increase awareness of insurance industry careers. And in a word, we are going to make the insurance industry cool, which I know is one of our challenges right now. So we are super focused on spreading the word about the social impact that we provide to society, and it's time that we do so in a way that more job seekers will understand the value that we provide to every single person that lives in our country. So we will also be providing all of our hiring partners and candidates who come through our program with a pre-hire licensing and training course, which will provide candidates with licensing support and professional development support for them to be able to get up to speed prior to starting their insurance careers. And we also offer a white label talent development solution that will blend on-the-job work experience with in-classroom training to get candidates up to speed for roles in brokerage, underwriting, claims, customer service, and account management. So our core recruitment and training functions will be housed on our core technology platform, where candidates will have an all-in-one tool to be able to start, grow, and build their insurance careers, while companies will have a centralized platform to be able to source from a highly diverse talent pool and to provide those candidates with the learning and development solutions that they will need to be highly productive employees within their organizations. So, to provide a little bit more background on how our program will work, we'll now take you through the typical journey of a Safari candidate. But before we do so, I want to highlight who our target candidate will be. So we are super focused as an organization on providing economic and social mobility opportunities for historically overlooked candidates. So we're looking to engage with the highly talented, highly motivated candidates that have strong transferable skills into the insurance industry, but who have typically been boxed out of professional services career paths due to the fact that they cannot afford a 4-year degree. So for today's example, we'll be highlighting Sam, who's a community college student who signs up for the Safari platform to pursue an entry-level role in the insurance industry. So upon applying for the Safari program, Sam will go through a screening process with Safari and our hiring company partner, after which she ultimately ends up receiving an offer to be a claims adjuster trainee with our hiring company partner. Prior to her starting her insurance career, she'll go through a 3-week pre-hire training course where she will get licensed as a claims adjuster and get additional professional development training to get her up to speed prior to starting her role. Upon wrapping up that 3-week program, Sam will begin her 12-month journey as a Safari claims adjuster trainee, where she will have the opportunity to earn while she learns. So throughout her 12 months, Sam will work roughly 25 to 30 hours per week as a claims adjuster, while getting an additional 10 to 15 hours per week in a classroom setting to pursue either a certificate or an associate's degree in insurance and risk management, completely free of charge. Upon wrapping up the 12-month program, Sam will convert to a full-time employee, after which she will have lifetime access to the Safari e-learning software platform to pursue additional advancement opportunities in her insurance career. So you can all take comfort in knowing that you will not be blazing a trail by implementing one of these training programs in your organization. So as you'll see here, several large insurance employers, including Aon, Zurich, and the Hartford, have implemented training programs modeled after European apprenticeships to drive higher diversity as well as to get higher ROIs from their early career talent spend. Now, to provide a bit more information on why I'm so passionate about this particular problem, I've been in the insurance industry for the past 9 years in a variety of roles, including as an insurance broker, an insurance investment banker, and also with some time at an Insurtech. So I will never forget walking in on my first day of my insurance career back in 2013 into the leadership development program at the largest commercial insurance brokerage in the world and being the only male of color in their leadership development program of roughly 50 recent grads. So I want to make it abundantly clear that Safari is building a scalable solution to help all insurance companies and to provide opportunities for people of all backgrounds to enter the insurance industry. But a part of our ethos and a part of our focus within this organization will be embedding diversity and inclusion and to provide and increase access to diverse careers for more diverse professionals into the insurance industry. Ultimately, we all recognize that the consumer base within the United States is becoming more diverse by the day, and in order for the insurance industry to be able to tap into an expanding multicultural consumer market, they will need more diverse employees to be able to work on the front lines in order to be able to capture that opportunity. So we're fortunate to be joined by several partners within the insurance industry who are helping us on our mission, and we are now hiring for recruitment and training leaders to help us execute on our vision. Now, if I can leave everyone in this room with one point, it's that working with Safari is making an investment in the future of the insurance industry. Many of the senior insurance professionals in this room today started their careers by going through 6, 12, or 18-month training programs that ultimately laid the foundation for your highly successful insurance careers today. So we now need to double down as an industry on our talent investment to ensure that we do not encounter any points of failure in the future related to our talent. So if you're a carrier, a broker, or other insurance organization that is serious about building a sustainable future for your organization and our industry, reach out to our team today and let us be the tour guide for your talent. Thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon. I am Angela Noble from EMC Insurance Companies, and I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Since 2017, EMC has been an investor in and a supporter of the Global Insurance Accelerator. Our leaders have served on the board, and our team members have volunteered their time and talents to serve as mentors of the GIA cohort companies. Today, I have the honor of introducing our next speaker. So if you're in the room with me, please rise and give a warm welcome to co-founder and CEO of TripDoctor, Dr. Daniel McChesney.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel McChesney. I'm the CEO and co-founder of TripDoctor. TripDoctor is technology-powered healthcare access for expats and international travelers. I want to start off by talking about our customer. And the reason for that is I'm actually a great example of our customer archetype. I'm the head of my household, I'm educated, I also happen to be a medical doctor. I'm also an avid world traveler. I've been to 46 countries and counting. And I've lived 8 years of my life as an expat across 4 different countries. And in most of these countries I've traveled to or lived in, I've also experienced being a patient, getting ill or being injured. And let me tell you, when you get sick in a foreign country, it's a really miserable experience. We all know it's miserable to get sick at home. It's about 100 times worse when you're in a foreign country. And it really starts with not just being sick, but being alone. You lack the support of your friends, your family, your community. And then when you go to figure out what to do, you lack resources. Your go-to solutions, like calling your doctor's office and asking for help, or your insurance company hotline, don't work. And when you don't know where to go, you end up at the emergency room, where you face long waits, high costs, and often poorer care than you would get in an outpatient situation. And when they find out you're an American, you often get overtreated and an even higher bill. This isn't just my problem. This is a very large market. Worldwide, there's over 250 million expats. To put that in context, if all of those expats were a country, that would be the 4th largest country on Earth. Expat insurance is a $24 billion market this year worldwide, and it's growing at 11% per year. And there's really strong tailwinds in this market. Just since the beginning of the pandemic, the number of Americans moving abroad per year has tripled. And we also have a secondary market, international travel insurance. Worldwide, there's over 1 billion international travelers per year. That's 3 times the population of the US. This is a $16 billion market, and it's growing even faster. And there's also strong tailwinds in this market as travel resumes, and we're seeing an increase in sales of multi-month policies by remote workers who are going abroad while continuing to work their normal job. That might even include some of your employees you didn't know about. I want to talk about our product and how we're going to win in this market. And it all starts with insurance. We have policy options from multiple insurance carriers that can be tailored to the individual customer's need. But unlike a lot of our competition, we don't just stop with a financial product, because we believe the real problem for these customers is healthcare access. And we solve that with our technology. We have a digital health-powered solution that aids in patient decision support and provider access. And this is linked to our provider network that we vet, not just in terms of their credentials, making sure they have license and training, but we interview every provider to make sure that they have the right language skills, bedside manner, and medical skills to service our population. And all of this is backed up by our care concierge team. These are local care experts who know the local system and can assist with decision support and care navigation. Talk a little bit more about our technology. First and foremost, we provide access to providers with 3 convenient appointment types. This includes telemedicine, a house call to your residence or hotel, and a traditional clinic visit. We offer in-application appointment booking, and this is really important because One of the most difficult things is making a phone call and talking to an administrative assistant who doesn't speak your language and trying to describe your medical problem and make an appointment. So we let our customers do it fully digitally inside of our application. We also offer resources to support finding a hospital, pharmacy, or laboratory, and all of this is backed up with 24/7 support from our Care Concierge team. So let's talk about distribution. How are we going to reach these customers? And specifically focusing on our entry market of expat insurance, our target customers are expat groups, families, and individuals. The first channel is business to consumer, partnering with local expat-focused businesses that touch expats before they're going to move or right after they move. An example would be local real estate agents in expat-heavy areas. Second is B2B, and a great example of this would be study abroad programs, where a sale to one program administrator could sell 100 policies. And finally, agents and brokers, and we've been hearing from a lot of US-based health insurance brokers that their customers are asking for flexible benefit options for the remote workforce that wants to live anywhere. We have the right team for this venture, and it starts with our founders. Myself, I have a medical background and 20 years of experience in healthcare business. My partner, Ben Hose, has a decade of experience in digital health product development. We've attracted advisors and investors that include C-level individuals from the industries of international health insurance and digital health. And we've attracted a global distributed team that can address the needs of our global customer base. And finally, through the GIA, we have carrier partners, leaders in international health insurance that have partnered with us to provide that financial component of our product. So TripDoctor is seeking support with distribution. We're looking for opportunities to access new distribution channels to help us scale our product faster. Seeking additional talent, entrepreneurial individuals who really want to make a healthcare impact in this exciting industry. And investment from individual, institutional, or strategic investors who see an exciting opportunity and want to be part of the ride. Thank you very much, and if you have any additional questions, feel free to email me or talk to me during the reception. Appreciate your time.
Good afternoon. My name is Dan Mulcahy. I'm with IMT Insurance. IMT has been in business for 138 years, which is a great number, but we realize that longevity does not mean future success. That without innovation, relationship building, and collaboration, that we will not be able to provide exceptional, equitable, worry-free experiences for our independent agents, customers, and employees. This has directly led to us being a founding investor in the Global Insurance Accelerator and yearly partnering as mentors with various startups. It was my pleasure this year to work with a great, engaging startup, and I would like you to all rise and help me welcome Ed Karst of EquiX to the stage.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate your time today. And as Dan indicated, and thank you for the introduction, Dan, I am Ed Karst, and I'm one of the co-founders of EquiX. And we are the easy solution to commercial contents claims. So for the benefit of those who don't spend much time on the property side of the house, commercial contents is sometimes called business personal property, or BPP. And it's essentially everything in a commercial property loss that isn't the building or a vehicle. So it's things like equipment and tools and furnishings and stock held for sale, things like that. And in the US, that's about an $8 to $10 billion a year indemnity spend. And I can tell you for a fact that adjusters really, really hate doing contents claims. They often involve dozens, hundreds, sometimes thousands of individual items. They can be really complicated and really messy, okay? Now, as is the case with any claim situation, adjusters have to make a choice. They have to choose, do I want to save time or do I want to save money? It's hard to do both at the same time. And if an adjuster chooses to save time, which in the case of business personal property losses, they often do because of how much they dislike the claim, this leads to a lot of corner cutting, and it can also lead to overpayments. The industry itself estimates by surveys that BPP contents claims are overpaid on the order of 20 to 30%. I want to put those two numbers together for you. $8 to $10 billion a year of indemnity, overspent 20 to 30%. So there's a lot of waste in this, okay? Of course, the alternative is that the adjuster has to dig in and do a really thorough job on these claims, which takes an enormous amount of time. And the problem with that, of course, is no one has that time. We can't delay the settlement, and that's really not an option. So EquiX proposes to be the BPP claims solution. We propose there is a way to save time and money, and it's by using our software as a service technology, which is available to use directly by carriers and adjusters or via a fully outsourced field service that we provide. It's easy to use, easy to install, and we have demonstrated returns on investment of 5 to 15 times in the claims that we've worked so far. And what that means is for every dollar you spend on our field services or our software solution, we find typically $5 to $15 of savings. So there's a solution that more than pays for itself. So for those of you who are familiar with the property side of the house, you may say, well, look, I've heard of other companies that do contents work. So how's EquiX different? Well, probably what you've heard of are a lot of companies that optimize on doing residential claims and not commercial, and there's a reason for that. In addition to being much larger on average, commercial claims are often much more complex. They also involve items that adjusters may have limited or no familiarity with, so they really don't know how to evaluate them. And oftentimes the pricing for these items is really hard to find. So let's use a quick example here. So something you may find in an average residential claim might be, say, a 65-inch TV. Now, if the homeowner proposes a $15,000 replacement value for his or her 65-inch TV, I think most people right off the bat would say, that's really inappropriate, it's way too high. And if you're not sure, you can always go on Google and you can look it up and you can find some comparables that are probably more fairly priced. Well, let's try that same exercise in a commercial claim at, say, a dental office. Now, if a dental office claim has a chair like this, and the dentist says, look, to replace that chair and all the ancillary equipment associated with it, it's going to be $15,000. I think most adjusters would say, well, I really don't know if that's fair or not, and it's going to take me some time to figure it out, and quite a bit of resourcefulness. Now, imagine you have everything in that picture to value. Not just the chair, but there's a monitor, there's a dental x-ray, there's instruments, there's a medical refrigerator, there's all kinds of stuff in there. And you may have several rooms of this to deal with, okay? You can start to see why adjusters really don't like handling these types of claims. There's a lot of stuff to price in here. So let's talk about what the typical BPP or business personal property adjusting process does look like today and what we're working with. To the extent that these things aren't handled from the desk, then oftentimes if it's large enough, an adjuster will visit the site, take some pictures, and they'll interview the insured. Then they take a look around and they say, boy, there's a lot of things here I don't know much about. So they'll turn to the dentist and they'll say, Mr. or Miss Dentist, can you help me out with this because I don't really know a lot about your equipment. So can you fill out this spreadsheet, fill out this form, tell me what you lost, what you think you need to claim, and then, hey, tell me what you think it's going to cost to replace all that. Now, we call that the fox watching the hen house strategy, and that doesn't typically work out very well for the hens. The obvious solution here is not to give the person who's getting the check the right to tell you how big that check should be. And oftentimes the adjuster doesn't, again, have much expertise in this equipment to be even able to push back once they get that list. So this not only leads to a lot of opportunities for those overpayments I identified earlier, but it also ends up with a poor customer experience. And why is that? Well, you're essentially pushing the work for doing all the inventory and the pricing onto the insured, right after they've had a big traumatic loss. So they're dealing with employees, they're dealing with trying to maintain their customers, and now you've given them work that many of them rightly see as being something the adjuster should help them out with. Well, EquiX changes that paradigm. So first and foremost, our technology guides either the adjuster or one of our field representatives on creating an accurate on-site inventory, because if you don't know what you lost, you can't come up with an accurate valuation for it. So that's the first step. Then, because it's digital, we can take that item list and we can source it out to our network of vendors who then look at these items and bid on what they think the replacement value should be. Not only what the appropriate replacement item might be, but what the price is. Now, by breaking the process up this way, we have a lot of really great benefits. First and foremost, we control indemnity because we're getting third-party arm's length valuations on products from experts. But second, we also see substantial reductions in cycle times. And I can tell you that oftentimes the contents phase of a property claim is one of the last things to get settled. So by taking that out of the equation, 50 to 75% reduction in cycle time means that a file doesn't linger on your desk. You can close it along with the other phases of the loss. And all these things together greatly improve customer satisfaction. So far, I just briefly mentioned here our vendor partners. So who are these folks? Why do they want to work with EquiX? Well, we look for 2 to 3 solid vendors in each industry that we cover. Okay? We look for folks who have some characteristics you might imagine. First and foremost, a national footprint. If there's a loss in Seattle or a loss in Jacksonville, we want you to be able to ship to that and service it. We also want you to have an extensive catalog of products in your industry, and we also want you to have a significant amount of expertise, because if we show you a lost item, we want your opinion as an expert in what the right replacement item might be. Now, vendors really like working with EquiX because we connect them to opportunities that they very well might never otherwise see. So first and foremost, we can show them something that's been damaged and probably needs to be replaced, so they know that it's something they can help with. They know that it's an insured loss if it comes through our system, so they know that there's probably funding and cash available through the settlement. And furthermore, they also know, because of the fact that this is a large enough loss to be claimed, probably that there is an incentive to buy soon. Whoever lost this item to get back in business, they probably need to buy something replacement quick. So I won't go through all these bullet points, but these are the list of industries that we currently cover. They cover a substantial portion of the types of business personal property claims we have been seeing at EquiX so far. And we're continuously adding new industries to the extent that our customers want us to cover those. In addition to doing replacements of totaled out items, we also, through our third-party services, provide repair estimates, and we can also help arrange salvage. And we're also working with some carriers right now on pre-loss inspections and some underwriting pricing. So, in totality, what am I looking for here? If you have a book of business in commercial property, or if you manage commercial property losses, please come talk to us. Because EquiX is a technology solution, a unique technology solution, that can help you save time, save money, and save your adjuster's sanity in managing these very complicated business personal property losses. Thank you for your time.
We are so glad you are here with us this afternoon, whether it's in person or on live stream. And I hear we have someone from Qatar, where I think it's like 1 o'clock in the morning joining us today. So thanks for being here this afternoon. I'm Ann Dieleman. In addition to serving on the GIA Board of Directors, this year I participated in my 7th cohort as a mentor. It's often said mentoring is a brain to pick, an ear to listen, and a push in the right direction. What is not often said is the learning, the joy, and the energy gained by mentoring entrepreneurs like this next individual you're going to meet. I am truly honored to be on stage to welcome our next company. They have been waiting all day to present. They are our final presenter, so I want you to stand up and give your loudest cheer of the day as we welcome Zaydoun from RainyDayPal to the stage.
All right, saving the best for last. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Zaydoun Munir. I am the co-founder and CEO of RainyDayPal. My co-founder, Bill Hajar. Bill, stand up. All right, round of applause for Bill. My co-founder and I, Bill, are on a mission to crack a big nut. Truly, it's a nut that has eluded many, including, I bet, many of you in this audience. So you ask, what is this nut? 60% of Americans do not have $1,000 in a savings account to pay for an unplanned emergency. 60%. Now, there's a misconception that these 60% are just overspenders. They have way too many lattes and way too many avocado toasts. But I promise you that's not the case. And I should know this. So over the last 18 years, I've spent my career in consumer credit and consumer credit scoring, both as the chief data officer for one of the largest credit bureaus in the world and as a fintech entrepreneur. I studied these factors firsthand because they are the exact same factors that impact all our credit scores. Yes, poor money management skills and bad habits are factors, but I promise you, they are the minority, not the majority. Let me show you an example. Let's meet Tyler. Tyler is 28 years old. He was hired through Safari into one of the insurance companies. He's making $55,000. That's $20,000 above the personal median income in the US. He rents, he has student debt, and he doesn't have the luxury of working from home every day, so he has to have a car. If we use the 50-30-20 budgeting framework, which is very popular with many companies, Tyler is left with $307 every month. We can actually stretch it to even make it $500. Tyler is like all of us. He wants to build and live the American dream. So he wants to save for retirement, save for a new home, start a family, save for his children's education, and on and on. He is also told that he should have 3 to 6 months of expenses in an emergency fund. When Bill and I actually looked at this problem, we said, well, let's look out to see what's available in the market. And honestly, we felt that the entire industry has not caught up with the needs of today's workforce. For instance, people talk about financial education. I don't know what financial education can we apply to help Tyler stretch $307 across 7 financial goals. It would literally take Tyler 2.5 to 5 years just to build that recommended emergency fund. 2.5 to 5 years. And he better hope and pray that no unplanned emergency happened during that period. Tyler, like the rest of the 60%, honestly are one unplanned emergency away from financial disaster. If you are an employer, you honestly should be concerned. The latest statistics show that twice as likely your employees are resorting to payday loans. 30% are tapping into their 401ks, and 73% would leave for a company that had better financial wellness benefits. But don't despair, RainyDayPal is here. So we have come up with a simple solution to solve a chronic problem. The statistic that I shared has been going on since 2013, or at least been measured since 2013. I love this quote. This is from a senior executive in employee benefits. This is what she said. She said, all the solutions in the market today follow the conventional wisdom. Tell people to save more or let them drown in debt. Well, we all know this has not worked. This is why I'm excited about RainyDayPal. Now, let me tell you why she's excited about RainyDayPal. We are transforming how we think about and deliver emergency funds using insurance. Our first product is a single insurance policy, so one premium. We're going to sell it as an employee benefit. It provides increments of $1,000 of emergency funds to pay for covered emergencies. We couldn't boil the ocean, so we're starting with 3. So the first 3 covered emergencies are emergency room out-of-pocket, emergency auto repair, and emergency childcare. We affectionately call these emergencies back-to-work emergencies. The logic behind those 3, so we have actually a list of 12, and we are feverishly working on including more and more coverages into this policy, but the logic for the first 3 was very simple. I used my 18 years experience in consumer credit by identifying all the reasons why Americans max out their credit scores, take out payday loans, or take out installment loans, plus all the reasons that are being used when people are late on a mortgage payment, on an auto payment, or even a credit card payment. We matched that list with the top reasons of why employees are absent, and since we're building an insurance product, we looked for perils. I'm using an insurance term, I'm not from insurance. We looked at perils that have similarity in frequency and severity. The product is 100% customizable for both employers and employees. So we start with the employer. They will select the categories of benefits that they want to make available for their employees. And then the employee can select the categories that fit their lifestyle and the amount that they desire. The GIA is truly transformational. Within 100 days, we have validated and refined our solution with over 100 insurance professionals and 15 HR benefits teams. The icing on the cake is we actually came in thinking we have a soft launch in 2023 with 1,000 employees, and we're way oversubscribed. In a nutshell, RainyDayPal is a win-win-win. It's a win for the employee and the employer because it is a highly impactful financial wellness benefit. It is an innovative D&I solution, and for communities and states, it represents a tremendous economic opportunity. So, I'd like all of you to help me and Bill crack this nut. We have 3 priorities. Of course, we have many priorities, but right now we are focusing on 3: finding carrier partners, speaking with additional HR leaders looking to innovate in financial wellness and DEI, and later on this summer for strategic investors. So if you like what you heard, please come look for us. Thank you.
So I don't know about you, I've had the benefit of spending every day for 99 days, soon to be 100 with these founders, but I'm in awe of the way they can show up and get on the stage and demonstrate how they are tackling these big problems and leading with very innovative solutions. So I hope that you will join me in one more round of applause for the GIA's 2022 cohort. My ask of you is this: if you heard anything that resonated with you today, find them, talk to them, be curious, ask questions. That's how we'll all continue to move the industry forward. But your support, even a conversation, means so much.